How did humans take over the world? How were we able to walk into basically every environment and say, hey, we live here now, and we kicked a lot of the other animals out, they went extinct, or they were reduced to the margins? How did we do it? Hello, everyone. I'm Tom Zanton, and today I'm going to talk about the two things that I think we used in combination in order to take over the world, be able to walk into any environment that we wanted. So a lot of people will say, well, we were able to take over the world because we have such big brains, and we were able to hunt other animals to extinction, and that's how we cleared out other areas in order to be able to inhabit every environment. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Yes, we're smart, but I don't think we're that smart. And eventually humans became good hunters, but I don't think anything could become that good of a hunter that it would drive so many species to extinction, especially, a long time ago when all they would have had were spears, or even before they had spears. The way that I think humans took over the world is they did something a lot more simple. There were two things that combined to take over the world, and once you know those two things, I think it'll all make sense. So, first of all, I think humans are made to eat root vegetables, and that might seem random, but it's an important part of it. Humans are made to eat root vegetables, and I believe that humans are made to eat root vegetables because we have a few adaptations that only make sense if you say early humans ate lots of root vegetables. The makeup of our saliva, I think, only makes sense if we ate a lot of root vegetables. Our gut bacteria eat everything in root vegetables, and they don't do very well on most other foods. And our kidneys filter out tons of potassium, which really only makes sense if you assume that we were eating a diet full of potassium, which really the best way to get that much potassium before supplements, the only way would have been to eat a diet centered around root vegetables. So I think we're made to eat root vegetables, and that actually helped us take over the world. Because the second thing that helped us take over the world was our ability to control fire. Now, those two things at first might seem unrelated, eating root vegetables plus fire, but they're actually very related, because if you go into an environment and you know that there are some root vegetables there, and then you say, I don't know, burn it down, the root vegetables are still there. They might even be cooked or partially cooked. They might give you more calories after the wildfire or after you started a fire. So if there's a fire in an area, whether it's a wildfire or whether someone makes the fire there, the only food source that's left, the only reliable food source that's left after the fire is underground root vegetables. And so when you combine our ability to control fire with the fact that we ate root vegetables, it seems like a pretty obvious winning combination. We could go into any environment we wanted. Then we were using fire, whether we intentionally burned anything down or not, doesn't matter, because sometimes fire spreads beyond our control, even today. So we go into an environment, we're starting a fire, and whoops, there goes the forest. And a lot of other animals lose their habitats, they run away, they're scared. And we can just sit there and dig up root vegetables, and they have more calories in them than they would have before they were cooked. So this to me seems like just an obvious no-brainer, easy win solution for how humans would have been able to go into any environment they wanted. Just, they've done it today. They wanted to clear some of the Amazon rainforest so that they could make new pasture for cattle. So what did they do? Well, they set it on fire. They didn't go in and methodically cut down trees, pull them out, clear out animals, No, they didn't do any of that. They set it on fire because it's cheaper, easier, faster, and more effective. The idea that humans wouldn't have done this a long, long time ago in order to make their own environments safer for themselves, that doesn't make sense, to say that they wouldn't have used fire to their advantage. to shape their environment in that way. They obviously did. And the best way to take advantage of that ability to use fire to shape your environment, to scare off other animals and give yourself a safe place to live, is to eat the one source of food that survives the fire, and that's root vegetables. So to me, that's the easy answer for how humans were able to take over the world, why we have bodies that are made to eat root vegetables, and why we can inhabit pretty much every environment, and also how so many animals went extinct once humans came into those environments. When humans first came to North America, so many large mammal species went extinct. Do we really think that humans were such prodigious hunters that they just methodically went and they hunted every animal to extinction? That's not really how hunting works. If you have a carnivore and an herbivore population, if the carnivores are eating too many of the herbivores, then there aren't enough left, and then the carnivore population starts to decrease so that the herbivore population can go back up again. It goes in that cycle. It doesn't really work the way to say that we just kept moving on to a new food source all the time and we just drove everything to extinction. That doesn't really make sense. What does usually tend to drive extinction is habitat loss, and the easiest way to destroy someone's habitat is to burn it down, set it on fire. And they don't say, oh, the expression isn't, oh, well, it spreads like human hunters. The expression is, it spreads like wildfire, because wildfire can spread well beyond us in all directions, and it can be devastating, and it would have been more likely to drive other animals to extinction through habitat loss. So I'm not advocating that people go out and set anything on fire just because early humans would have done it. But I think this is the obvious explanation for how we took over the world and how we got to be who we are. So if you have any questions or comments, you think I'm wrong, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. And I will be making more videos like this. I have other videos on root vegetables, why I think we're made to eat root vegetables, why I think it makes the most sense. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe to watch some more of my videos, and I hope to see you in another one. And as always, remember to eat your root vegetables. Thank you.